shoved. And this time he actually has a legitimate hand, and he shoves again, you know, knowing that everyone that's left to act just seen the hand before where he shoved with queen 10, but he gets called. And he rivers the king to stay alive. Ace 9. I decided to fold the ace 9 probably because you know, I have two aggressive players left to act after me, especially with a net in the big blind. She's liable to you know, do anything, and fieldless is capable of making a lot of moves as well. King 6 folds. Ace 9, that's a shove all day. I don't mind the call with ace 2. Orban could be pushing with any 2 right there. And plus he has a big stack. Ace Queen. I get a walk, which is a little weird. Maybe below above just doesn't want to mess with me, you know, after the last time we got into it blind on blind. I'm just going to go ahead and let this run. Seems like we're getting quite a few interesting hands. Especially we have 4 really good players at the table right now. So there should be a lot of good action. Queen 8, a net. A net probably raises with any pair from any position on the table. Especially if she's the first to open. This guy, he just didn't have enough to protect his hand, you know, because there's already 33k in the pot, and he goes ahead and puts his last 6k in on the flop. The net's never folding. She's never folding any pair. She's probably never folding, period, regardless of what she has. Above. So I was talking about, he does stuff like this. He'll limp in, and then he gets a lot of respect too. Players just don't really want to mess around with him unless they have, you know, a really good hand. That's one of the things that you must do. I'm not sure what I would have done here. I had ace 10. I was probably thinking of re-raising the net, especially from, you know, her position. She could be raising with any 2. And luckily for me, Rambaldi raised her for me, and it made it easy for me to fold ace 10. She insta-shoves queens. Ace jack. I guess maybe I just wasn't feeling it, you know, the ace jack. I didn't want to get involved with the other big stack at the table. Flat with the 10s. This guy moves all in, she calls, so it's a pretty easy fold at that point. I'm pretty sure this is the final table bubble, so that's another thing to take into consideration. You just don't want to get busted right before the final table. C-bet the flop. I'm gonna go ahead and keep betting the turn. The 4 didn't hurt my hand. I'm not sure. I might have missed some value there on the river, but you know, sometimes you have to ask yourself, you know, why is this guy calling me down? You know, if he had a hand like Queen Jack, he's not calling a river bet anyways. So I just was probably a little surprised to see that he'd be calling me down with middle pair. But yeah, I probably missed some value there. Jack 7 under the gun. Queens in the big blind, that's always nice. I just shove. I'm not sure. You just never know what they have when they min raise. You know, it could be complete garbage, or it could be, you know, a big hand. So I guess I was hoping that he had something. You know, by shoving all in like that, sometimes you try to make them think that you have ace king, and maybe they'll make a bad call with like a hand like pocket nines when you have pocket queens, and that's great. That's a great spot to be in. Ace jack, easy fold. After a net raises 10k and then he comes over the top. I probably would have re-raised in that, you know, 5-handed with ace jack. Because I've played a lot of tournaments with Annette, and I know at this point in the tournament she's just basically trying to run everyone over. I probably could have raised that. Like I said, Annette's an extremely aggressive player, and she's not afraid to just come over the top, you know, with junky hands. And she's tough to play against sometimes. Skip ahead, pocket kings. No love, no action. Skip ahead. Okay, we're at the this is the final table, which this is a little surprising. Annette folded king queen suited under the gun. That's definitely she may be slowing down a little bit. You know, sometimes players, you know, when you're on the final table bubble and there's been a certain player that's just been, you know, running you over left and right, and then once you get to the final table, you're not as willing to let them keep running you over. You know, it's like, now I've made the final table, I've had enough of this. I get anything decent, you know, I'm gonna re-raise her. And she probably senses that. It's probably why she folded that. Skalansky 13. I remember him as a pretty good player. I don't think it's David Skalansky. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not sure if it's him or not, or if it's just someone who uses that name. But it's pretty much the only players I know. Skalansky, the Omaholic, Below Above, and the Net, and Quab are all, you know, regulars in these high stakes multi-table tournaments. Ace Jack under the gun. Probably gonna raise this 3x. Next pot is a big one. goes all in. Sklansky calls. Ace king gets jacks. And kind of sucks to lose after you flop the set. We're gonna try to skip along a little bit. I'm just gonna review the big pots.